Hey guys, I'm bringing to you my review of chapter 1009 of One Piece called Naraku. Now, this chapter was so hype with all the feats, especially from my boy Zoro and everybody else tanking feats and all that. Okay, cover request. It's a nice color spread of all the Straw Hats and Tama just in the snow. It said a rainstorm, but it's snow. I guess it's the same, but it's just a colder climate, right? Let's jump right into the chapter in the beginning. So Oda holds no bars back here. No holds no bars? No brakes here. All gas. uh, the Scabbards find Orochi immediately. Like they just run into Orochi. As Orochi's putting fire everywhere to try and burn down the castle, which still I don't understand. Every time this character's on the screen, I just don't like him because he feels so useless. But that's great character writing because I don't like the character. The Scabbards find them, and Orochi immediately just tries to take advantage of the situation. He's saying, "Oh, they're roughed up. Kaido took care of most of them. Their injuries are huge. I can do this." And I thought, okay, maybe like we can see something. Maybe he's secretly strong. Maybe he can do something with his ability. His devil fruit power might be OP. No, the dude is mega fodder. I didn't know. Everybody assumed he's fodder. He's just since Denjiro had to defend him back then against Zoro. He didn't act on his own. He's fodder, and he quickly transforms and they just cut off practically every head immediately, and they just keep walking like they have no time for his nonsense right now. And Fururokuju just freaks out like, "Oh no, does he come back?" Like, I can't imagine. In the back of his mind, he's like, okay, this happened already once. He's gotten all his heads cut off. I don't know if they used hockey, so I don't know if maybe using hockey would actually kill him, and negate his devil fruit ability because it looks like he regenerates heads. As Kaido cut his head off, didn't use hockey. At least we couldn't see it on the sword. They immediately cut off all their heads. He's freaking out, but he kind of sees like, let me play along. He faces off against somebody in the Scabbards here. So Raizo steps up, which honestly, Raizo up here, like top Scabbard for me. He's in Jack's top tier list over here, the top 3 Scabbards to watch out for. He's tried to cut Kaido. He tried to take care of Kaido immediately when he jumped on him and just tried to cut his head off. And like, he reflected Kaido's Boro breath. This man is like top tier with all the feats that he's accomplished so far in the Wano arc. And so I wonder how this fight against Fururokuju would be, and if he like defeats Fururokuju. His name is so weird for me. I wonder if he like defeats him and he just kind of walks away and doesn't actually kill him like typical. And then he stays back and Orochi comes back alive because this happened already. It was super anticlimactic, and I'm gonna assume that Orochi comes back to life here, right? And next thing we cut to the top of the Onigashima rooftop, right? And everybody looks rough, okay? Everybody looks roughed up, and I wanted to throw this idea out already before I forget. That I wonder how many attacks they've tanked, right? Like, let's remember that Big Mom hit Queen twice and knocked Queen out for a certain amount of time, right? But of course, Queen recovered quickly. Let's assume that's the Zoan powers taking into effect also, but still was knocked out for quite a bit after 2 smacks. To be fair, Luffy was knocked out after one of Kaido's smacks, but it was a named attack. Let's not get into that. So immediately we see Luffy and Zoro sense an attack incoming. Might be observation hockey. I know Luffy would be 100% attentive. I don't know about 100% attentive, but let's assume he used observation hockey to see a little bit into the future. But at the same time, Zoro, I can't tell here if he just senses it. I would assume they're just getting ready, right? Like they're winding up an attack, so you can see it coming. And they use a combined attack by 2 Yonkos called Conquest of the Sea. Now, what a fitting name for a 2 Yonko combo attack. And my boy Zoro steps up and blocks the attack. Huge feat for Zoro here. Blocks the attack, and it looks rough. So I can't tell from the manga panels. I can't tell if he diverts it sideways or if he diverts it a little bit up, but it just kind of dissipates in front of him, taking almost a full, not full blunt, but he dissipates the attack and takes some of the damage, and he looks rough. My guy, he looks rough. But what a huge feat to block that attack. I wonder what would have happened if he didn't. But nobody else stepped up. He immediately just amazing. Another sword broke, but he did grip the sword. He let go for a second. I don't know if he was talking because of that, but he like gripped on the sword harder. You can see it in the next panels. And he's just on the floor, damaged as all hell. And Luffy immediately jumps on the offensive here. He's still not in Gear 4th, which I find interesting. I don't know if he's recovered yet. I don't know if he's gone through 2 cycles of Gear 4th, because in like last chapter, he let go of some breath. He let go of like a gasp of air. I don't know if that was the Haki coming back or the Haki leaving. But he still hasn't turned into Gear 4th. And I don't know if he's saving it because he wants to go back into Gear 4th again later, or bring out a new form that he might have been practicing in with Hyogoro. Okay. Whew, that's a lot of talking. That's a lot of talking, and I'm just like, holy crap. So Luffy tests something out here, and he goes to attack Kaido with a red hawk attack. And Kaido moves his head out of the way. He dodges real quick, and Luffy smirks, and he's laughing and mocking Kaido like, oh, was that attack gonna hurt? Why would you dodge it? You haven't been dodging anything lately. And Kaido looks like he just gets pissed off and smacks Luffy right onto the rocks. And he doesn't lighten up. He goes right after, and he goes with a borrow breath to hit Luffy. Luffy, does he dodge? Luffy dodges barely, but then Kaido with the Conqueror of the Three, what's it called? Conqueror of the Three Worlds attack, brings down the thunder with just radiating Haki on the freaking club, and smacks Luffy with a Ragnaraku. So I would assume it's a play off words for Ragnarok, and that is for Norse mythology for the last battle between the gods. So it's a fitting name of an attack, let me say. But I wonder if it means anything because of the Yonkos fighting the Supernovas in this case. And like the Yonkos are pretty much like the top tier of the pirate world at the moment. And that's where we leave Luffy. We leave Luffy smacked on the ground, just hit by a huge lightning attack. Well, not lightning attack, but like a huge Haki attack from Kaido, and we just cut that part out, and we go to what Big Mom's doing. And they come up with a plan from the beginning. The kid mentioned, let's do plan disassemble. So they're gonna disassemble Big Mom. So they teleported. Also, I wanted to mention, for Law, his Devil Fruit ability, I mean, I guess as he gets more proficient with it, he would be able to teleport somebody. I don't know if he was able to do this in the pre-time skip, but is he able to just teleport somebody within atoms? Because now I see that he's able to teleport people into thin air with without it having to switch with another person or an object. So he uses that ability to teleport Zeus into a box that he can't conduct any electricity, because Kid put him into a metal box that absorbs all the electricity, I would assume, with a lightning rod on it. That's the only reason or way I would imagine that he's able to hold him there. And Zoro immediately, once Big Mom's distracted, immediately goes to cut Prometheus and not let him reform. So I guess he can't use any abilities and can't really move until he reforms back. And meanwhile, Killer is going after the sword Napoleon. Big Mom gets cocky in this situation, and she's like, oh, you think my homies are what brings me my strength? No. I'm the one that's strong. And she goes to smack Kid in the face. Now, okay, kind of a big tanking feat from Kid, because I don't know how many times he's been smacked by these Yonkos before already. But let's assume it's been quite a bit. But he fully takes on... Kid looks rough after the attack, okay, let me say. But he tanks the attack, and he manages to use his ability to repel Big Mom into the air, and Law pushes her with tact. He uses a boulder to push her off the... well, she doesn't know it's off the island yet, but she's laughing, getting cocky, and then she realizes there's nothing but sea, because they're in the middle of the ocean right now, traveling to Onigashima. Onigashima? No, not Onigashima. Wano, the center capital of Wano, the flower capital. So she freaks out, and that's where the chapter ends. The only problem I see with this is, obviously she's not gonna lose, or she's not gonna die, she's not gonna fall into the ocean, and that's the end of Big Mom, obviously. But we see Zoro struggling. Like, my man Zoro is struggling. He's cutting up Prometheus, which I find funny, because he's just there, like, I imagine just going crazy cutting Prometheus. But he's struggling. We see in the last panel, I think he spits out blood, right? Yes. So in the last panel, he spits out blood. He's struggling. I think... I don't want it to be Zoro. Zoro has been putting so much work this chapter. He pulled off so much feats of strength and durability. He's always been super durable. That's been known. But I don't want it to be Zoro's fault that Prometheus goes to save Big Mom. Zeus is trapped. He's not getting out of there. So I would assume it's going to be either Kaido right after he dealt the blow to Luffy. Maybe he goes to save Big Mom. Maybe Luffy stops him in the middle of it and catches him off guard with an attack. And we think Big Mom's going to plummet to her death. But maybe her children are there and just get slammed with Big Mom and wash off or something, but she's not dead. Or her children save her. Or maybe Perospero comes, but I feel like he would fight Marco instead. I'm gonna say, there's so many things that can save Big Mom. Oda can do so many things with this. And predictions for next chapter. We could keep the fighting going. We might see Luffy tease a new attack, a new form, because right now we'll see if this works. We'll see where it goes with Big Mom and see what happens if they can split them up in this method. But we can continue with the rooftop fighting, and maybe we cut to the Straw Hats. But what I really want to see is more of Queen versus Chopper. I want to see what where that's gonna go, because I'm still under the assumption, and like my theory would be that Queen gets afflicted with one of the viruses that he made, and with that he gets super weakened, or he just realizes this was a mistake. I don't have any vaccines. Nobody comes to help him. Nobody helps Queen, and then eventually Chopper is gonna be the one that cures Queen, and I want to see how that plays out. That's just my theory, that Chopper is gonna eventually show Queen that not all pirates are like that. But I don't know if Queen would turn sides. But yeah, so that's the end of my chapter review, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.